A couple of weeks ago, right here on this very channel, we told you about how aluminum changes this molecule to this one, and how that should change the color of hydrangea sepals from red to blue. But when we tried it in our lab, also known as our studio, yeah, it didn't really go so well. But that's okay. In chemistry and in science in general, failure is actually at the heart of the process. Science is a cycle. You try something, it fails, you change something and try again, usually fails again, then you notice something you hadn't before and you make another change, and then, let's be honest, probably fails again, but in a different way this time, so you change yet something else, and you get where I'm going with this, right? So, in that spirit, let's figure out where we might have gone wrong. Remember from our last hydrangea episode that aluminum ions change the color of this pigment in hydrangea sepals from red to blue. By incubating these cut hydrangeas in an aluminum solution, we hoped to change the color of their sepals. And look, it sort of worked, but there are a lot of things we could have done better. First of all, we ran the experiment here in our windowless basement studio under hot lights. Let me show you. Sean, can you cut out for a second? Does this look like the best place to grow flowers? No, it does not. Also, a blue background when you're looking for a blue color change, not my finest idea. Secondly, we only used 2 of each type of hydrangea. Now ideally, you'd do a bunch of math and figure out how many flowers you'd need to make sure the color change didn't just happen by random chance, and you would use that many flowers. Then you'd know how confident you could be in your results. We did not do that for 2 reasons. One, the flowers were pretty expensive and we're only a small YouTube channel and not Michael Bay. Second, we were trying to see if this would work at all in a small-scale pilot experiment rather than trying to go big right out of the gate. If failure is inevitable, which it is, you want to fail small and learn things before you try big. We also asked the scientist whose work we adapted for this video about the composition of our buffer. We used 0.05 molar aluminum and 0.05 molar citric acid and citrate for our first attempt. Now that doesn't sound like much, but Dr. Schreiber told us that even that amount of aluminum risks poisoning the plants. So we reset everything and tried the whole thing again. This time, we set the experiment up in a place with honest-to-goodness sunlight, tried lower aluminum and citrate concentrations, and used 3 flowers instead of 2. I know 30 would have been better, but we're still in the pilot experiment phase here. And look, it actually worked. Isn't that pretty? Now I just want to be clear, this result is not statistically significant, but it does give us some guidance on how we might set up a larger experiment with 50, 100, or even 200 flowers. Why are we telling you all this behind-the-scenes stuff? Well, you've already heard, if at first you don't succeed, try again, a million times. And that is true. But you don't just try the same thing over and over again. You try something, you guess at what went wrong, you make changes, you try it again, and you repeat that cycle until something finally starts to work. In our case, we were trying to replicate a published experiment, which means we had a specific goal, this beautiful color change that I'll play for you again. But that's usually not the case. If you're testing a brand new hypothesis, you might notice something interesting and make adjustments in that direction, even if you're not exactly sure what your end goal is. And if an experiment fails, it might still tell you something. Negative data is not a crime. Dr. Schreiber also told us that while his group has managed to turn red hydrangeas blue using this method, they have not yet managed the reverse. So he encouraged us and you to experiment further. By the way, his group also has all kinds of cool tricks to turn blossoms green or yellow or multiple colors at once. Thank you for coming on this journey of failure and then partial success with us. If you think of anything else we could improve or the kinds of experiments we could do with unlimited time and money, Michael Bay style, let us know in the comments. If you have not seen our first hydrangea video, check it out here. And as always, please hit this button to subscribe and then hit that alarm bell so you're always notified of our most current video. Science, whatever. See you next week.